The Montauk Fine Arts Festival attracts the best artists throughout the United States, and I'm with Candiss Cole. Candiss, coming to us all the way from Sedona, Arizona. And your talent, your mastery is of the fabrics and design. And I'm adorning one of your...
Yes, you are.
Now, you know, you have to realize that at our station, we really don't have any budgets for great-looking clothes for our viewers who've seen me over the years. But this is magnificent. And this is of a technique that you're known for.
Yes, it is.
So what a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And please, let's talk about your great fabric and art.
My husband and I live in Sedona, Arizona. We work only in silk. And what Ernie and I are both wearing is what's called ikat. It's a dye technique that's done prior to the weaving. We make both men's and women's clothes. And we also do a technique which is called shibori. And we combine ikat and shibori to create a fabric that we're the only people in the world that have ever done.
The only people in the world who've been able to master this technique.
Right. Yeah. And let me show you. It's right over here. This is shibori, and what we've done is we've dyed the threads first, and then we pleat and fold the fabric to create an overlay of texture and color. And they're two totally separate cultures in Japan, so to marry the two, it took us years and years, but the final product is, I think, extraordinary.
And the fabric is?
The fabric is 100% silk. And we use ornamental buttons, but honestly, the closure is magnetic.
Could you show us that?
I'd love to. I'd love to. It's just a very simple closure. It makes dressing really simple for ladies in the morning.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I must say that wearing this vest, is that what we can call
it? Yes.
You can go anywhere with this because it's just that right item between that heavy coat, the light coat. It's beautiful, and it endures. But please, let's take a look at examples of what you've been able to create.
Absolutely.
Candiss, we're joined by your partner.
Yes, Roger Footit, who's my husband.
Good morning.
And he is actually the master dyer in the business. He does all of the dyeing of the threads, and this particular fabric is one that we really love because it has a multitude of colors, but it has, the colors are kind of a blended tweed, so you can wear it with almost anything. The other nice thing about this fabric is that it packs beautifully, so it travels really, really well. What I'm wearing is a combination of the ikat shibori. And this fabric has an amazing quality to it. There's a texture, there's a pattern to it that that's the only combination of colors that we've been able to do. That's what we're known for, is our color and our texture and our fabrics.
It's beautiful and vibrant, but again, the technique is a multi-stage technique in order to be able to impart these different colors into the silk.
It can take up to a year to produce this fabric, but one of the nicest comments we've ever had made to us was one of our customers who said, "My Candiss Cole, I never leave home without it."
Never leave home without it, and as you mentioned, you can just, if you travel, it doesn't wrinkle.
No.
It comes back to life.
Yeah. We also put pockets. Pockets are a really important part in both men's and women's clothing, and our pockets are hidden on both in the front on our jackets and also on our men's vests that we do. It's always nice to have some place to put a few little things that you need, that you want out of sight, but you need to carry with you.
And how did both of you come into this art?
Actually, my husband's been in it longer than I have. He is from the north of England and started in the textile trade in the mid-70s.
60s.
In the mid-60s.
1964, Macclesfield in the north of England historically is the end of the Silk Road. And so I grew up in Macclesfield and did silk machine design as a young apprentice many years ago. And fast forward, we're still doing silk dyeing, silk colors, and hand weaving it. And it's absolutely wonderful. The real silk product is hard wearing, easy to keep, easy to travel with, We even have a lady who goes to LA often and uses it as a pillow on a plane and wears it when she gets off. It's wonderful stuff.
Now we all know that you've married well. So, and your background, Candiss?
My background is Dutch, and my family came to America as wool weavers, landed in New York, went up the Hudson River, and worked in the Lockport Newfane felt mills. And I was raised in a very small Dutch Reformed community, Altamont, New York, where the women wove at home and the men went over to Rensselaer and wove in the mills in Rensselaer, the felt mills. And so I've been weaving my whole life.
Show us more, please.
Love to.
Candiss, this is an exquisite representation of your work.
Thank you. Thank you. We realize that a lot of our ladies have taken excellent care of themselves, and so what we decided this year was we would do a much more tailored look than we've done in the past. So this piece is 8 different panels, so each of the panels is sculpted around the body so that it fits and hugs the body, but it's also it's flattering at the same time. Working with hand-woven silk gives us the ability to shape and form things to people and yet give them a little bit of freedom, and that's what this is.
And silk is a special fabric because
you
can wear it in the winter,
Yep.
and it's functional, and you can wear it in the summer.
It's very true. It's very true. It actually absorbs 35% more moisture than cotton, so it breathes. But it also, for some reason, it seems to hold warmth at the same time. It's amazing. I wear it now, granted in the heat of the summer I'm not going to be in it during the day, but it's fabulous to have on in the evening when I go out, or if I'm going into a restaurant or the theater. It's a great piece.
Candiss, this is, again, something unique to Candiss Cole design.
It is.
Could you describe the technique?
This is what's called dry needle felting. It's actually dry needle felting and wet felting. We start with yarn. We lay it out in a position and then work with an industrial needle felter who felts it into position with a large industrial needle bed. And then it's sent to us where we do the final wet steam felting to hold it into place. The uniqueness of this is that we start with yarn rather than roving. Most felt is done with roving. And so we're able to get these intricate patterns because it's a yarn. It's also a lot more durable than it looks. This has actually been heated up to 190 degrees, so it's not going anywhere. The panels are tailored so that it sculpts to the body, and what we've done is create a pattern in the back as well as the front, because as far as I'm concerned, women should be as interesting from the back as they are from the front. The other thing that I love about this garment is, again, the durability. This can be worn, it's lightweight, but it's warm at the same time, and the collar can actually be brought up, and I've put a little hidden toggle right in there so that if you need to in the winter, you can really close it up. Or here in Montauk for the evening, it gets chilly. So I like to be able to close it up, and then during the day, when I want to open it up, I've still got a great color.
Roger, the colors are something to behold, and no two are the same.
We can never do two the same. We can get pretty close, but never quite the same. So if somebody orders one like this, we always have to say it'll be every bit as nice, but it will not be exactly the same, which we think is a good thing. Now, this particular combinations of colors is Ocean Sunrise. As you can see, we've got a play on the ocean. This is a sandy beach, and this is the sun on the horizon. So I do the colors, and I name the colors. I'm rather fortunate that Candiss is such a good designer that she can be so creative with my colors. This particular one is Shakespeare, based on the idea that this would go very nicely in the Globe Theatre, and I just thought it has to be Shakespeare. We also have Blue Morning Mist, which is again a play on the same tone colors, remembering of course that the face is the main event and the right color flatters the face. This is St. Moritz, ski area. If you can imagine the snow and the mountain tops. In St. Moritz, the peaks are always in the clouds, so there's a little mystery there to that one, which every lady should have a little mystery in there.
From wool to silk, the ability to impart color is something that you've mastered.
Wool and silk are perfect partners when I am dyeing. They are both protein fibers, so they take the same dye procedure. Not always coming out quite the same colors, but it's the same procedure. This, for instance, is Indian Hills, very much an Arizona Anasazi color combination that I like the looks of. It plays on the rocks in Arizona and the history of Arizona Indian culture. The one next to it is more San Moritz. You can see the play on the clouds and the snow and the mountains, and it just couldn't be named anything else. Some names, some pieces, of course, I'm rather fond of a poem, The Highwayman and the Road was a River of Moonlight, so this particular piece of fabric I named River of Moonlight. And another rather interesting poet, Tennyson, liked Brighton, he liked these colors, so I named this piece Tennyson. And each piece, each color has a name, each style has a name. And it seems to please everybody, and it certainly pleases me when a lady has ordered a piece and 10 years later she says, "Oh, I have one of your Tennyson fabrics in Nights of the Caribbean or something." So it's rather nice. It's validation when somebody enjoys them so well.
As Candiss mentioned, your works are not only designed to look good in the front, but even in the back.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm a living example of that.
You do. You look very good with that, actually. That's.
Well, some of my best shots are from the back here, I think.
Well, this is Roger's. This is mine. I made this one for the pockets, so you can just do the hand in the pockets and say, "So how's the family?" It's a comfortable conversation piece. But it has to look good at the same time.
Ancient textile traditions are alive and well at Candiss Cole Design. Congratulations to both of you. You've brought your talents as a fabric maker, dyer, creator, and designer, and brought it all together. And for our viewers who are outside of the area and who can't make it out to Montauk this weekend, how can they reach you?
We have a website which has quite a few pictures of our work and an online shopping cart, and it's CandissCole.com. And I spell my name a little differently. It's CandissCole.com. We also I hope we'll be at the Lincoln Center show later on in the summer, I guess next month. So I'm looking forward to that as another opportunity.
And congratulations to both of you for winning the prestigious Web Design Award. I love that award. It's given for excellence in the mastery of materials, techniques, imagination, inventiveness, and individuality. We don't have awards like that in television. Because all of those do not apply in any one given. But thank you so much. Thanks for being part of this Montauk Fine Arts Festival.
Thank you very much, Ernie. Take care.